What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here. The modern woman has made it crystal clear that they are not interested in the vast majority of men today. However, there is a silver lining. Men now have more options available to them. Pay for play, passports, monk mode, and of course, the synthetic companion. With so many brands out there, such as WM, JY, SE, and for gamers, Game Lady, you can find or build the perfect companion and continue to watch modern women experience this. The wall is undefeated. When you're ready, search the doll form to get started. R.P.M. I am out. What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, reporting from Mobile Command. Gentlemen, as I mentioned in yesterday's HMT video, I'm going to be doing, or should I say, I'm going to be retelling the tale of how I ended up accepting the waifu option. Now, of course, this comes as sort of a parallel to a video that Aaron Clary recently put out called Sexless Marriages versus AI Girlfriends. Now, of course, I left my comment in the comment section, and some of the other commenters really wanted me to tell the tale. So here I am. As you all know, I made a video a few years back called Replaced. However, let's go ahead and update that for a newer audience. Now, of course, the topic of sexless marriages. Gentlemen, I've said this before, and I completely stand 10 toes down on what I'm about to say. Any man that is subject to a sexless relationship, and yes, gentlemen, there are boyfriend and girlfriend couples out there in which she has taken sex off the table, but especially married men. Once your girlfriend or your wife has weaponized sex and taken it off the table, or use it as a reward/punishment system, you are officially being abused. Yeah. You see how society loves to frame sexual abuse? Only men can inflict sexual abuse onto a woman. However, we all know women use sex as a loss leader. They have no problems flooding you with it until they get into a position of comfort where they can start to scale back. Yet, at the same time, you as the man have to maintain or exceed what you were doing in order to get said sex. Yeah, right? No. Fellas, you do not have to accept that life. Once she stops putting out, guess what? She needs to be put on notice right then. However, that is also a conversation that need to be had in the initial phases of commitment. Yeah, she needs to know right off the jump. Once you decide that you're no longer willing to have sex, you gotta go. Now, let's talk about how I ended up in the waifu life. Of course, being a married man, the year was 2017. That's when pretty much everything went to shit between myself and the meat sack. It went completely to hell. At that point, she'd start working. And of course, when she started working, the disrespect came and all that stuff. Now, at that point, she was still grudgingly putting out. Why? Because when we first got married, hell, in our girlfriend and boyfriend stage, I always told her, listen, if you decide that you don't want to have sex with me after we get married, you've got three options. One, you can just grudgingly give it up. Two, I'm just going to take it. Now, this was back before I knew about the marital grape laws. Yeah, marital grape is a thing. Hell, you've even had women who were long married come out and say, yes, my husband used to grape me. Wait a minute. What? Another conversation for another time. Or the third option, I'm going to take my show on the road, i.e., I'm not getting sex from you in my house. Guess what? I will get sex from another woman. Period. Point blank. So, of course, she understood that. And for the longest time, there was no problems. Like I said, until she started working. Another thing, just another side note, gentlemen, never help your woman fulfill her dream, because you helping her fulfill her dream will end up becoming your nightmare. Just saying, just saying. And yes, she became a nurse. And we all know that nurses are the number one thought profession. Yeah. If you're married to or in a relationship with a nurse, understand, whether you want to accept it or not, she is cheating. So, like I said, back in 2017, everything fell to shit. Now, before that, I was still watching TFM, Turd Flinging Monkey, and his doll, Celestina. Now, I'd always been curious. Now, I was like, you know what? At first, like most people, I thought TFM was absolutely crazy. Of course, that was still my blue pill programming. However, that tap of curiosity in the back of my head kind of, it grew over time. So, of course, 2017, I moved back to my home state. I was pretty much done. However, gentlemen, another piece of advice. If you leave, do not go back. Don't do it. Now, of course, she filed for divorce. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Oh, well. But then, of course, the kids are revolting. So, of course, at that time, my heart hadn't completely iced over. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and go back. However, at that time, I was like, you know what? Let's clean slate this. Let's go get tested. I'm willing to work things out. Gentlemen, don't do that. That's just a ploy. So, at that point, once again, hey, are you starting to put out? You know what? Nope. At that time, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go to the Jack Shack, the Asian massage parlors, and get myself taken care of. Now, of course, back then the prices were, you know what? Let's say $40 for 30 minutes, then another $160 for a tip. $200 a pop. Good. Once a month, cool. Not a big thing. However, of course, over time, I was thinking, you know what? I want something for more in-house. And that was when the idea of the synthetic companion popped into my head. Watching more TFM videos, I started doing my research into the waifu. And of course, I said, you know what? fuck it. September 13th, 2018 was when I actually pulled the trigger. And the first doll that I got was this one. The King Mansion Big Boobs Anna doll. And when it arrived, it actually arrived on a day in which both of us were off work, which is an extreme rarity for the time. The kids were in school. We were both just sitting at the house, just chilling. So, of course, the dog starts barking. So that means someone's at the door. Answer the door, open it. There's this big box. And I'm like, oh, what's this? So I read the shipping package. Oh, yeah. So, of course, I pick it up, walk through the dining room, and she's like, what's that? I said, well, this is your replacement in regards to bedroom activity. What do you mean? Well, in Japan, they call these Dutch wives. Am I correct? She's like, yeah. Well, I've got me a Dutch wife now. Basically, I got a full-size sex doll. Her face and reaction were absolutely priceless. Now, that's a good thing. Why? Because somehow, some way, that activated a little thing called competition anxiety. Yeah, gentlemen, the problem with us men is we have manufactured scarcity mindset. Why? Because all the things we have to do in order to actually attract a woman. No. Not anymore. Not nowadays. We understand that women outnumber us. Therefore, we should not have a scarcity mindset. A lot of the things that we do just to attract a woman and keep a woman, and conversations that we are not willing to have with women, have been to our own detriment. So, my doll arrives. I take it out of the package, take it into the tub, clean it up, and she's just like, I can't believe you actually did this. So I told you, yeah, I was thinking about it. And when I think about something, odds are I'm going to go ahead and do it. It may not be that same day. It could be months or even years from when I say I'm going to do something. But guess what? When I got it in my mind, I'm going to do it. So, of course, I have my doll. I'm enjoying life. She's at work. The kids are at school. I got some time to myself. Guess what? I'm going to go ahead and clap them cheeks. One of the best things to happen was the lockdowns. Yeah, 2020. That was the best time, period. Oh, that was wonderful. So, at that time, before the lockdowns went into effect, we both decided it was time for us to move into our own separate places. And that was a wonderful thing, because by then I had been through a few, synthetic companions. And I was like, you know what? I'm cool with this. I'm really digging this. Now, some advice for you guys if you're thinking about possibly venturing into the waifu life. There's a particular doll out there called the Kimber doll that is a great entry-level waifu. Now, of course, it's a little shorter, but it's wonderful. If you don't want to go with a premium doll, now I said premium because a premium doll is going to run you at least $1,000. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. However, there are always deals. There are always sales going on. So if you look at the price tag, you say, oh, you know what? Over $1,000, that's a little too much. Hey, payment plans are offered. So you don't have to pay it all off at once, like you did back in the olden days. Get in contact with Phil Bass from the Dollhouse if you have any questions. Hell, the doll form itself has great information on retailers, on trusted retailers. Yes, there are unfortunately some scams out there that will sell you a bogus doll. Gentlemen, you have to do your research first. Figure out what your budget is going to be. Figure out what your customization is going to be, because that's one of the greatest things. You can customize your doll for your specific tastes and desires. You can't beat that. Decide whether or not you're going to go with silicone or TPE. Now, silicone has the more realistic feel, and it's a lot more expensive. And I must say, the customization with full silicone, yeah. Now, TPE is no slouch either. There's definitely, been massive improvements in regards to TPE. Or they have what's called hybrid dolls with a silicone head and a TPE body. Once again, more customization options. But yeah, all in all, the waifu life has been great for me. It has been a great way to kill the loneliness. Yeah, TFM, God bless him for actually having the balls to keep putting out content using Celestina. It brought me into the doll life, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the videos that I put out regarding the synthetic companion brought some other men into the waifu life. Now, I've always said this. My one disclaimer when it comes to the waifu, the synthetic companion, the sex doll, it is an option that is not for all men. It's not. However, I find it hilarious when guys would say, well, you know what? If you got to get a sex doll, that just means you can't get a woman. Here's the perfect counter to said shaming tactic. With the quality of women today, of modern Western women, of American women especially, why would I even want one? Why would I want that headache? Why would I want those problems? Yeah. A lot of married men are still in sexless marriages. Hey, one thing that I absolutely cannot stand is men who try to ride the fence on the idea of a man who's married, who's in a sexless marriage, being told he shouldn't cheat, he shouldn't step out. Oh, hell no. No. See, things have changed. Remember, no fault divorce, right? Irreconcilable differences, right? It does not say we have fault-based divorce anymore. So guess what? It doesn't matter if the man steps out or he doesn't. Guess what? He's still going to be blamed, which I've always found extremely ironic. No fault divorce, yet the man has all the fault. Fuck out of here. But yeah. Too many men are still suffering in silence because, okay, my wife doesn't want to have sex with me anymore. Okay, why are you still there? I get it. Once again, the programming of the lamestream media in regards to divorce, using celebrities as their proxy. Celebrity divorces, oh yeah, men are paying massive amounts of alimony and child support. Then, of course, the everyday average man, he says, man, I can't afford that. Guess what? Now I'm stuck in a miserable, sexless marriage. Meanwhile, she can go out and get her back blown out, and I'm still going to be blamed. Yeah, right? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So yeah, in my humble opinion, if you're a married man and you are in a sexless marriage, either hire a pro or get a doll. Yeah, my humble opinion, I would not recommend a married man have a side chick. Why? Because side chicks of the past, they played their position. However, now with social media, too damn messy. At least a professional is going to give you that one thing that the normie woman will not give you: discretion. And guess what? If you decide, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger and get me a sex doll, here is the perfect revenge on that wife of yours. Get her pictures from when she was young and when she was hot, when she was at her most beautiful. When you first met her, get a picture. I'm pretty sure there's a company out there that can actually make a doll that looks exactly like your wife when she was in her hottest. Yes, do that. Now, of course, me being married to an Asian woman, I can have no problems customizing a synthetic companion in an Asian form. Yeah, it would be relatively easy for me to do so. But I'm just saying, a sick, sadistic way to actually twist the knife onto her, to show her what she used to be when she was young and hot and what she turned into. Since she decided to take the sex away, hey, hit her where it hurts the most: her ego. Just saying, just saying. But yeah, for a lot of men, the waifu option has become a great option. And once again, I have to keep repeating this: it is not an option that all men will take. I'm just saying it should be an option in your deck of cards. Because as we all know, society loves to tell men that there's only one acceptable way for you to get your sexual desires met: in a committed relationship in which you have zero guarantee that that woman is going to uphold the same damn standards. Ultimately, fellas, it is what it is. Do not suffer in a sexless relationship. If you're not willing to put her out, which you should, then guess what? I say go ahead, buy a doll, and do not be ashamed about owning one. And that right there, gentlemen, in my humble opinion, is one of the biggest reasons why so many men will not pull the trigger. They will not take that leap of faith. Oh, what happens if my people find out? Fuck them! It's your life. Don't sit there and be miserable because you're so afraid of what other people are going to think about you. Fuck them. You walk your own path, gentlemen, and be proud to do so. Well, I've rambled on long enough. Let me know what you guys think. And if I inspired you to take the doll route, hey, leave it in the comments section. But yeah, for you women out there who still think in 2024, with all the options that we men have available to us, that you can still use sex as a weapon, you better understand this, and you better understand this crystally damn clear. The power of the poon that you still think you can hold on to. Vet is going out. Feminism and the idea that men are still going to just simp and lust after you and break our backs just to try to get a sniff of that poon, that's going out right along with it. Because once again, we men have way more options nowadays. First, men can just say fuck it and sit it out, which a lot of men are doing. Some men are going pay for play. Some men, like myself, are saying, you know what? I'm going to go the AI/synthetic companion route. Some men have said, fuck it, and got their passports. Yeah, ladies, your stranglehold over the sexual market, yeah, that only works here in America. And guess what? Men are saying no more. And guess what, gentlemen? You can have all 4 options running at the same time. That's right. That's all I got to say for this one. R.P.M. I am